Fight for your desire.
Let's go.
Never back down, and I never run. Coming last place, that was never fun. Time to elevate.
Looks like we gotta make it harder. Let me see who's the lucky one.
I'ma let it go.
Let them taste the power of new vehicles.
Time to lose control.
Time to fly. I never
Time to
miss.
start the show. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, we gon' run it up. No days off.
Precision bombing.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Night, sweetheart.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Fire hazard! Emergency team, go!
Love doesn't just explode once. Feel the gravity of fate.
One shot, so you better not miss.
भर दिया गया मेरे को el propulsor.
Tutti mortini,
Saco bomba contigo, granada por tu vida contigo.
Distrutto.
That's all.
It's one in the corner. Nice. Brother's lost.
Nice going.
Unlimited ammo.
Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. That was sick, dude. I used my unlimited ammo, which is like the perfect squad wiping ability.
Fight for your desire.
Let's go.
Never back down, and I never run. Coming last place, that was never fun. Time to elevate.
Looks like we gotta make it harder. Let me see who's the lucky one.
I'ma let it go.
Let them taste the power of new vehicles.
Time to lose control.
Time to fly. I never
Time to
miss.
start the show. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, we gon' run it up. No days off. Precision bombing. One shot, so you better not miss.
Night, sweetheart.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Fire hazard! Emergency team, go!
Love doesn't just explode once.
Feel the gravity of fate.
One shot, so you better not miss.
भर दिया गया मेरे को
El propulsor. ¡Ah!
tutti mortini
Saco bomba contigo. Granada por tuya contigo.
distrutto
That's all.
It's one in the corner. Nice. Brother's lost.
Nice going.
Unlimited ammo. Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. That was sick, dude. I used my unlimited ammo, which is like the perfect squad wiping ability.
Welcome one, welcome all to the first day ever of our Farlight Cup. It is insane. We got to see from the ACC series a lot of challengers that were able to just showcase what Farlight 84 is all about. And I mean action, vehicles, guns blazing, and everything in between. Here at the Farlight Cup, there's something new is brewing. But before anything else, allow me to introduce you guys to our lovely panel over here. My name is Likeable, and I will be our host. And today we have Miss Honeyglaze with a double E, and of course, Osiris with a sheesh with a re, all of the riz.
With the
Riz.
Wait, hold on a second. I saw that there was a switch over here. Are you Honeyglaze now?
I am Honeyglaze now.
How is it? How is the riz?
Well, I have been rizzing it all.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. We've got a stacked panel over here, and we've got stacked matches coming up ahead. Now, I know that everybody's been psyched because we recently had a patch over here, and I don't want to dwell too much on the patch notes because it has been over a week since it's been released.
Yeah.
But I want to know what your thoughts are since it has been released. I know there has been an adjustment period, but how are you liking it?
I love the MKR revamp. It really puts a lot onto the table, especially if you wanted to rotate with the sky roaming. And we've been playing a lot with Autolus, and he's been playing a lot of MKR. And
Wait, Mr. Watchman has been playing
yes.
MKR?
He already got the red mastery onto the capsuler. That's why he is trying different capsulers, and definitely sky roaming is something that you want to look for, especially right now in PC.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it has been feeling really, really unique between all of those heroes who has been really unique within their tactical skills, especially with Maggie, who has been really will change up a bit with the tactical skill.
Yeah, exactly. The tactical role is in motion already.
Yeah.
And we did have an interview before with one of our content creators here on Farlight 84, and I'm talking about Super MJ. I don't want to spoil too much, but I heard that he's going to be playing in today's tournament, so that's something to look forward to, you guys. But he did mention how he loves the Maggie patch so much because it not only offers more mobility, but of course, the tactical role purifying you, reloading your gun for you. It's so OP right now.
Yeah, I just want to touch also with the cleanse being part of the tactical role, because playing into PC, I think that Yong might be one of that juicy capsular that you can use, because it's pretty easy to use it compared to mobile, which is pretty small. So I think Yong might be a possibility in today's games.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It's so easy, and it's so wide, and it's so long to navigate wherever the enemies are when you have a Yong.
You know what? Let's actually talk about that. I don't want to compare too much between mobile and, of course, the desktop version. But I do understand that there are going to be differences when it comes to the metas and the playstyle in general. Because mechanically wise, we can't deny that there are differences between the two. So you mentioned Yong. I want to know about snipers. Do you think that there are going to be more snipers this time around, Honeyglaze?
I think so, since I have been sniped a lot by a Phantom user, especially when I'm grinding every night. It's so annoying, but I do agree that it might be really easier to use the sniper here.
Yeah, and definitely quick scoping. One of our Phantom connoisseur is Berting Magiting from our Filipino broadcast. So definitely Phantom is much more easier. But the thing is, it's a bit more challenging because you know that mobile offers aim assist.
Yeah.
But definitely here at PC, it's all about skills.
I also think that when it comes to the PC version, there is just a bigger picture. I mean that literally, because you have more resolution on your screen.
Yeah.
You can kind of see more of the pixels of the enemies as they approach. So it's just easier to see the distance as you may. That's why I'm assuming that there will be more snipers today. But what about vehicles? Do you think that there will be a change in the vehicles? Or we did see a lot of like rocket tarantulas, blazing infantry. Is that still going to be the meta coming into this tournament?
Well, with the recent changes of the Blazing Infantry, definitely still out there, one of the vehicle that needs to be respected, and the rotation, of course, might affect the play of this
Yeah,
teams.
I gotta agree. I really love the update right now. Since it's always rotating, you don't always use the Blazing Infantry, but it's still annoying since it has a +1 all the way from the back, right?
You know what, Honeyglaze? I heard that you love the patch right now so much that you end up playing up until what, 6 a.m.?
Yeah, gamer hours. Normal gamer hours.
Yeah, so if you guys are into those hours of gaming, Honeyglaze might be the teammate that you're looking for because she's kind of insane. She reaches that level. She's actually let go of Berting from her squad because Berting fell asleep.
No, sleep is for the weak.
Oh,
Yeah.
no!
Sleep is for the
Oh,
weak.
you called Berting weak.
No, I'm saying that Berting needs to wake up more. Right? He
Wake
needs to
up
play
more? Why?
I mean, just to play Farlight, right?
Why don't you play with her? Are you up for the challenge of staying up late just to play Farlight?
Nah, I don't
I
think
mean, I'm
Osai
too-
has the reason.
I believe I'm too old for For too much.
I have two more
sleep.
stamina.
The uncle
Yeah.
energy is coming back here on the panel. So we kind of talked about some of the things that we are looking forward to. Let's take a look at the team names as
Yeah.
well. I already mentioned that I feel like Super
Ooh.
MJ's team is going to be
Ooh.
playing over here. But let's see if there are more familiar names over here. Okay, easy sweep right then and right there and run. We can see it, Osiris.
Yeah, and the big question right now is also, we already witnessed ACC. If there's any team that also wants to branch out outside the mobile era and wanted to go for this PC, as we are looking some names that might be connected to those teams.
Exactly.
But we don't have any confirmation, but the possibility, of course.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that NCG, SR Nakage, is not here, since we all know for a fact that NCG has been really playing a lot and different game titles. So
Yeah.
maybe next week.
That's true. I was going to say that we have roughly around 3 weeks of the Farlight
Yeah.
Cup. And most likely, we'll see some familiar names come into play as the weeks progress. I mean, Tyrant Dogs could be affiliated with Tyrant Esports
Yeah.
for all we
Oh,
know. We
yeah.
also saw Shinigami maybe affiliated
Shinigami
with Shinigami
Tenshi.
Tenshi, which are names that are familiar with the current pro scene, or at least in the mobile side of Farlight 84. I'm just so excited because whenever we have the first day of the tournament, it kind of sets the tempo of where the tournament or the direction of this pro scene is going to head off to. So do you think, Honey Glaze, that this is going to be an explosive day ahead?
I heard Dash a while ago, or rather yesterday, that it might be really chaotic for this day, since it's the Blazing Infantry Day. So yeah.
Ooh, blazing. And guns blazing indeed, as this is, let's say, PC much more comfortable for mouse
Yeah.
and keyboard coordination, and just easy for a third-person or shooter. So might be more of those pushes or kills instead of ratting it out, but still a possibility if you really wanted to back onto that points.
Okay, now that you talk about pushes and whatnot, how do you think the utility shuffle is going to be?
Ooh.
Because I understand that there will be some sort of difference here. I feel like, how should I say this? I feel like in terms of how players interact with each other, it's going to be more streamlined, or the communications would be
Yeah.
clearer this time.
Yeah, I believe so. That because most of the teams right now, especially mobile, that we saw a lot of team fights, a lot of team clashes. That's why Lucinda pick rate has been spiking up. We are seeing a lot of Lucinda for even a pub games, right?
Yeah, I do agree that Lucinda has been really phenomenal using in those kind of utilities that creates a lot of pressure, especially
Yeah.
on so much engagements. And imagine if it is comboed up with the Cypher. The
that's
EMP shot
gonna
is
be
just going to be
insane.
an OP.
Well, you already mentioned Lucinda. Does that mean we're going to see more shotguns this time around? Because
Oh,
we've been
yeah,
looking
with
for
the
that and
passive.
throughout the esports of Farlight 84.
Huge possibility, as we are looking more snipers and a possible more shotguns, because as what we mentioned, it might be easier for a mouse to take aim.
Yeah, to just change up the guns, right?
Yeah, at least we're
That is
getting
true.
diverse. The guns are being diverse right now, especially that we're seeing some AKs, we're seeing still Jupiter, but not as priority as before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big fan of the Jupiter 6 right now. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I used to love that pre-patch, but right now, I feel like because the bullet size has gotten smaller, it's just so
hard
so
to
much
aim.
harder. Yeah, it's so hard to click on heads over here. What is your new favorite gun now, though?
I'm going in with the generator, since it's usually the
I
first
love
gun
the
I keep
generator.
on picking up. So I've been lucky, since generator has a good potential, since when it comes to the rapid rate, it's just equal as Jupiter has somehow.
Yeah, and I want to go with M4, the same
Oh,
as
same.
yeah. I tried
Jupiter.
M4 last night.
Right? Jupiter with the full accessory, M4 definitely also shares the same element.
Oh my goodness, it's so hard to decide, but I don't want you guys to have conflicts in your head. So instead of deciding what your favorite gun is going to be in the game, why don't I go ahead and just give away a code for you guys? Yeah, how does 1,000 coins sound to you guys? You guys like that? Would you like some coins?
I
Yes.
will open
Okay,
my Farlight
nice,
here.
nice. We're going to be giving away 1,000 coins to our lucky 1,000 viewers, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
So maybe that is you, but you need to check it out. You need to input the code right now, because we're going to flash it on your screens in 3, 2, actually it's here.
Yeah, as easy as that.
Farlight
Fine.
PC is the code for today. Easy enough. Yeah.
Another additional for the coins when you wanna go and unlock another hero.
Yeah. So many
unlock Cypher, bro.
capsulers to unlock, right? What's your next
I'm looking at
capsuler?
Cypher.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Looking for MKR. I wanna do some sky roaming and win the game
It sounds
by just
fun,
hiding.
He's gonna be a rat. Osire rat? Question mark? Anyway.
Rat
scratch that.
Cyrus.
You didn't hear anything. Let's look at our viewer milestone rewards because you guys get rewards for every time that you invite your friends and family over to our broadcast. See, you got your Elite Chest, Legend Chest. I'm doing the opposite way. Rocket Trail, Bar 95 skin, Sienna skin, and an all-around pack. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think that the all-around pack would fit you perfectly when you do your sky roaming.
Yeah, especially if you're doing the horizontal dash and vertical dash. If you're playing Maggie, definitely the cooldown reduction from that air zoom will show a lot of your trails and backpacks.
I'm looking at Sienna right now. I think I know what hair I wanna go for next time.
Are you inspired by Sienna today? Be honest.
Yeah, actually,
That's
I'm
so
maining
cute.
Sienna and Momoy right now.
Oh, that's
Sienna
so
Glaze.
nice.
Sienna
Glaze. She's a support man.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Support main.
Yeah. No, I like scouts now.
Oh,
No, because
what
of
a
the
change of
patch.
heart.
Yeah, because I also like the idea of seeing the HP of my enemies.
Oh,
yeah.
And then I get so hyper fixated on the HP bar. Like, I want to empty it so bad. I need
shoot it.
I need to shoot them. I need to turn it. I need to turn that
Eyes
white
on the
bar
goal.
into red.
Yeah,
That is the
definitely.
goal. What is your go-to?
Still the same, Cypher. We are loyal, Cypher, even from different.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think that Cypher is going to go out of the meta
Yeah,
anytime
yeah, I'm
soon.
too shocked.
The utility just offers so much space and so much value for your entire team. Any team would appreciate having a Cypher.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. With the patch and all of the changes and day number 1 of everything, I'm so excited to see what is in store for us for Farlight Cup day number 1. But before we get to that point, guys, we're going to go off to a quick break. But when we return, the action continues.
Lucinda's trade is only open to the first buyer who arrives. Capsulers, fight for your desire.
Let's go. Never back down, and I never run. Coming last place, that was never fun. Time to elevate.
Looks like we gotta make it harder. Let me see who's the lucky one.
I'ma let it go.
Let them taste the power of new vehicles.
Time to lose control.
Time to fly. I never
Time to
miss.
start the show. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, we gon' run it up. No days off.
Precision bombing.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Night, sweetheart.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Fire hazard. Emergency team, go!
Love doesn't just explode once. Feel the gravity
shot, so you better not miss.
भर दिया गया मेरे को
El propulsor. ¡Ah!
tutti mortini
Saco bomba contigo. Granada por tu vida contigo. Distrutto.
That's all.
It's one in the corner. Nice. Brothers lost.
Nice going. Unlimited ammo. Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. That was sick, dude. I used my unlimited ammo, which is like the perfect squad wiping ability.
You're about to witness an action-packed Saturday live here for FARLIGHT Cup Asia. And my name is Bibimbap. Alongside with me is none other than Kali. Kali, how are you?
Oh, I feel great to be here. Our first FARLIGHT 84 broadcast for the PC division. We saw ACC last weekend where we saw Elite Extreme take home the championship. Now it's time to start the history of the PC division.
Yes, we are jumping onto the PC division we're in. I won't be surprised if it's going to be, another extreme battles, knowing that we have top 15 clans right now battling out who's going to be our hailed champion, especially for week number 1.
It's great to start here with the pace, right? Because as far as we all knew, the week 1 determines how well are you gonna do for the following weeks up ahead. This will determine your momentum moving forward. So I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff happening here today. But as you all know, this is gonna be Blazing Saturday because we got the Blazing Infantry actually coming in to steal the show. And how are you feeling about this?
It's going to be a chaotic Saturday, knowing that we have Blazing Infantry. It's going to be a battle of the utilities for these vehicles, personally. And our panel did mention earlier that we have different forte for our players. We have seen a lot using Lucinda, a lot utilizing Maggie, knowing because of the tactical role that it does have right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this question before we start off this first game of the day. Name me your best capsuler. Maggie, is it a rush? Okay.
Is it a rush?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with Sunil, but our capsulers and our survivors are ready to take it in at our FARLIGHT Cup Asia PC Division. Map number 1 to start here, all for today. We got 15 strong teams that made it here at this competition, trying to battle it out here at map number 1. Here we go to Sunset City.
I wonder where are they going to concentrate the drops, because on to the recent ones, nobody wants to land on Carnival. They just want to fly by. They don't want to take the risk. Of course, we don't have Osiris here risking his life, but looking at our teams, they are more heavily reliant on to the bottom right corner of our map, which is
Industrial.
Yeah, Tin Man and Todd's.
Yeah, and there's a reason why. This is actually the best area for you to get a lot of weapons as well as the
shields,
the shields.
right?
Yeah, the shields by the Todd's Hot Rod. That will be a mainstay, and that's the reason why this team is absolutely love it to go there. But as we take a look at the other sides of our maps, we do have our squad number 4 in Mugen Fatal actually moving into a very serious situation. But here for now at the Sunflower Shopping Mall, early engagements between Fanboy and Chaos.
They really want to start it hot. Right?
Yeah.
With that bar point blank, Ghost would like to land the shot, but he wasn't able to do so. Although, as early as now, I feel like these teams, I mean, some of them don't want to engage yet.
Yeah,
they want to get the proper arsenal before actually committing into action.
Yeah, you obviously need to have your 2 weapons to actually get those engagements, right? But here we have it at the Power Tree Station. Tactical role will be invested here by Kaja, so that's going to be giving him that chance to actually stay inside of the building, but two blazing infantry! It's already chaotic off the start!
But Nuestra would fall, and that's going to be a kill for NOGL. A good catch, because this Maggie, they utilized the tactical role, went inside the building, but it's still not over.
Yeah, it's the perfect bait, honestly, for this squad. That's how good as it can get, and now they're using the blazing infantry to try to take these players down. As we do have the EMP shock activated, this is going to stun these players off this
Spray! Tactical roll again!
Oh my god! You're just going to stay alive, Kaja? You have to back away, but you're getting attacked by the blazing infantries. Not a good way to start because you got dealt with by a transformer.
He got doubled, and another thing is he let go.
Yeah.
Of his blazing infantry. That's when we thought he's going to capitalize that. Although they still have their respawners, they can still recuperate. The good thing is they are capitalizing that respawner to get those points, to get those frags.
Yeah, and now if we take a look at the other side of the map here, very interesting drop point here for Fatal, knowing that they drop at the southeastern side. But here, another blazing infantry will be invested this time. That's going to be for the side of own goal, and they are making sure that their utilities are going to be locked in. But these engagements are kind of too risky, you know. You built up all your early game weapons and arsenal only for it to be taken away in this early gunfight where you don't have a lot of, the shields.
Maybe because of they have stayed way too long.
Yeah.
Remember, we have that Maggie early on who did capitalize the respawner, but staying too long onto the power tree station means that you are attracting more people.
Yeah, and this is one of the hot areas as well in the map, right? Ever since the post update, where we saw a lot of teams realize that there's so much potential around that map, and the amount of loots that the advanced supply boxes that's around that area will really help you upgrade your player experience. But here so far for Fatal, this is a team that has been ratting it out at the southeastern side of the map. Very interesting. They do secure themselves with 2 vehicles here.
And it's not just about the blazing infantry.
Yeah.
Because we are currently seeing a gunboat not being utilized on top of the river. So it's a kind of boat that can is it safe to say that it's kind of amphibian, right?
Yeah, it's an amphibian boat, honestly, because it can traverse any sort of land. Not the air, though, because
that's going to be too OP, right? It's going to be very OP. It's not going to be the case, but that be NCG. So our panel early on was asking if we're going to have NCG players.
Yeah, there. We have it. Shinigami. And Shinigami is actually one of the top teams during the ACC Cup, right? So having them actually collab with SR Nakage, that's actually a great start for them, right?
It's not going
bad.
To be a powerhouse, maybe.
Maybe, hopefully. But here we have it. Silver MJ, this guy. I know him. I have watched so many clips, and I saw him at the panel last week, and now he's playing.
Well, but the surprise is he's not using Maggie.
Yeah.
Rather, he's going to rely on to Ember with a Vision Erosion with a blank shot. He was able to take down Mugen. And another one, that's
Vox.
Butcher.
Yeah, Vox is actually low in HP here right now, and he's using the AK-77 at the long range, which is not actually favorable for you at the moment, but you're actually caught into a bit of a pinch here. Fatal's trying to go for the hit, but for Super
Blazing
MJ,
infantry.
it's just super here. So you cannot try to escape the situation so far.
Ooh.
Will he win the gunfight? Yes, he does.
And that's actually 3 members of the Fatal, of the Mugen X Fatal that he has obliterated.
And just like that, that's actually a squad that they will waste the respawners, but so many activities at the Carnival, unusual, uncharacteristic.
It's not going to be favorable if you're going to die in the carnival,
Oh my
knowing
God.
that you can be third-partied by anyone, but utilizing that EMP bomb was able to land its, land properly and has taken its toll.
Yeah, obviously that's gonna be big.
Another
Another
one.
EMP shock will be invested here by Savage. Just tried to melt away the shields. The players and the enemies nearby at their positions. So many gunshots being heard. And so far for Savage, they have secured 3 kills already inside the game. One will be knocked down at the moment for their squad, but they should be able to get him back in track here as they try to rejuvenate.
Would they be able to do it though? Because there is going to be another squad that's going to join the fray.
That's gonna be another squad. A Sovereign actually trying to go for the hit here. Close quarter engagements coming through. The Incendiary will be invested. So many chaos off the start here for the FARLIGHT Cup Asia PC division. And the Savage, they just continue to go for the pawns. Not really wasting any time at all to get these bullets.
It is going to spray everything, regardless if it's the AK or the Hound. That
Yeah.
I was about to call she because it's a Lucinda and a sexy skin, although Rapsayajin. Even with those smokes, I can see you. I can smell you guys.
And there we go. They got smelled and they got taken down. And Tyrant Dogs, they're actually down by 2 players right now, waiting for a respawner, but their teammates actually go down bad. So it's up to Wonder to clutch this play up. He takes down Kuyuka. That will be a squad that will be wiped here at this station so far. So that's a big kill for him.
That's Shinigami that has been taken down. I was about to say, that's not your friend. What's your 6, right?
Yeah.
He was running because he's low. He doesn't have any shield left. And then moving forward, we have 1 squad that has been eliminated, knowing that we only have 14. But going back, we see a lot of skirmish with our team. They are committing. And I've seen that not all of them does have a proper or decent arsenal. Just some of them just have level 5.
Yeah.
Others just level 2, green shield and the blue shields.
And I think that there's a reason why teams actually are into that position, right? They love to contest those hot spots in the map, and when they got taken down, they have to move outside of their initial drop. So they're stuck with getting anything that is actually in favor for them at the area that they have taken. And so far for Ulob, he spotted Kuyukot, but he will be staying alive.
Oh no, but for how long? Because he's been taken down by Ryzen Esports. It's actually questionable that you're going to run, knowing that you can even you can even fight for yourself because you have the quote-unquote blazing infantry.
Yeah, and honestly, that's actually the best way for you to run, right? If you are down bad, gotta make sure you steal someone's car. You will not be charged. You will not be charged, at least for FARLIGHT.
It's a free fare.
It's
a free fare.
It's a brawl.
It's a free way for you. It's your quote-unquote getaway car. But right here, we have MWB3 that is still here in the Sunflower Shopping Mall. They are just tanking those red zone.
Oh my god, that's not good, right? Because you're actually getting gate kept here by Fanboy. Every time you stay along here, the more damage you're gonna take.
Yeah, sometimes when you're hurting, you have to let go.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And for Mess with Beast, letting go means you have to run away because you're getting chased here. 2 players hopping up top, 1 player hopping on the window. Yonwoo takes Biddle the God. And it's all down to Saiyan to actually try to clutch this one up, but he is heavily surrounded. He gets eliminated, and that will be another squad that will be wiped out of the competition. 12 players, 12 teams are remaining in Sunset City.
And that's what you get for staying quite long.
Yeah.
You are going to tank those damage coming from the red zone. And again, those bullets that you have to take in. So you have to move on from that place. It's just that Fanboy did really a great job in gatekeeping that onto the Sunflower Shopping Mall. Although onto the other side of the map, moving forward, this is the exact space that we have mentioned earlier, that most of our squads did rely on the shield that they're going to get on Todd's and the loots that is in Tinman Industrial.
And you can see that this is still the exact same thing that actually dropped here, right? So they're staying.
Yeah.
But they have maintained a position where they have taken all the shields at the Todd's Hot Rod. Now they're just ready for a gunfight. And in this Tinman Industrial area, it's part of the inner circle, right? So this is a hot spot for you to take. This is a power position beam.
Well, it also have a flaw. Like, Fatal did stay quite so long.
Yeah.
And because of that, they only have level 3 shields.
Yeah, that's a big question that we actually have to ask this quarter, right? Because we saw that when you do not move into any sort of areas by the time you finish looting, you're going to be at a disadvantage because all these other squads, they have focused up on rotating around the map so that they can get a better attachment, a better shield, and a better player XP. And that squad being at a disadvantage, they got to play tactical.
It's either they should rotate or kill someone
who
does have a decent arsenal. But of course, it is a kind of disadvantage knowing that you have level 3 shield on par with someone or with the other team who does have level 5. Or maybe I haven't seen a person or a player that is wearing a red shield yet.
Yeah, not yet, but here we go. We have some gunfights coming through. EMP shock will be perfectly landed. The blazing infantry will be incapacitated. The jetpacks will be rendered immobile as well. And you can see the absolute timing of that utilities coming through here, Beam.
And Vision Erosion, again, it's making wonders. And because of that, Axel would be able to resuscitate the revived teammate. I was about to say it. I didn't jinx it.
No, it's not. You didn't jinx it. Don't worry. You didn't.
But we don't have respawners anymore. That was a very good attempt coming from the Ember. But it's
not
too
enough.
soon.
It's too early, honestly. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And Dishband, they came out of nowhere and just took away the players at their weakest. And they get to enjoy the loot. They get to enjoy the attachments. That means they're going to be heavily stacked by the time we enter the next circle.
It's like those squad was just the delivery.
Yeah, delivery.
It's not Maggie, but they have delivered the goods onto that squad. But hold up, because we are going to have another skirmish. Hologram Guide will be utilized, but he won't make it.
And there's so many players and squads actually nearby, and the Savage X decides to join the fray. More P2, they're taking on the top for control, and that's gonna be Muki that will be eliminated at the top. So the Savage 6, they have the power position here at Teen Man.
They could actually capitalize and rise up from this one, although Mugen Butcher will be butchered down.
He gets used to that name, gets butchered by the squad of the Savage, but for the Night Order, they just only had one player taken down. They still have a chance to take this one away.
They could actually do it, knowing that they have the proper vision.
Yeah.
They have all the entrances guarded, but I'm actually looking at aim. Is he landing a blow onto the other side? But look at that blazing infantry inside the vision erosion, and he can see anything.
Yeah, but here, they do spot easy sweep here, and that's going to be Super MJ's team. They are actually getting gate kept at the corner, and now the EMP shock with Cinda's absolute gravity will be coming through. This is just going to be an all-out chaos. Don Facundo will be shot down, and it's all down to the last two players for easy sweep. Super MJ too fast will be knocked down. It's all down to Monfushi to try to clutch this one up. A 1v3 against Dishband. Can he do it?
But he does have the power position. He does have the upper ground. But it's going to be a 2v1 situation. And Super MJ would fall together with his squad. Dishband.
Dishband has been the dishwasher of this matchup.
They are cleaning every greases.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Because everywhere they go, they always find themselves to the win in team fights.
And they have this sponge.
Yeah.
They are just absorbing the damages, and who knows? A perfect utilization of the hologram guide. I've seen that Lucinda was about to be demolished by Super MJ and that last guy onto the top of the roof. But then again, they are just looking for the enemies. They are washing, they are cleaning everything that goes on their way.
Yeah, and this is a team that you have to watch out, knowing that they have been.
You have to watch out?
Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to take that. These teams really have to watch out the Dishband, right? Because they are a squad that have managed to defeat multiple squads by the time we enter the first and second circle. But now, as we see the circle gets more defined, it's actually landing here at the Tin Man Industrial. So those players that had the initial hold are going to be at the advantage.
They need to clean a squad so they could gear up, they could level up their arsenal. But this is the first time that we're seeing K4 OS right here.
Yeah,
or KZ1 Chaos. And looking at their loots, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's kind of good. Though, by the guns per se, it's okay. It's just that I'm more worried about the shields that they have, knowing that we just have 7 squads left. So it could be catastrophic for them.
The thing here with me with Chaos is that they do not have a lot of arsenal, but they decide to fire on fanboys. Like they are one of the better teams.
You should actually think twice before
The audacity.
committing and know the fights that you're going to commit, because again, your position is not really favorable as of the moment, knowing that at our minimap, almost all of our squads are already crammed up, and could be possible that they're going to have exchange fires anytime soon.
Yeah, anytime soon. 40 seconds before we actually see that circle close in, and we're gonna see more chaos start. But you can see that LeSavage, they're just keeping their discipline. They're staying inside of the complex, making sure that they're the ones that will not have to worry about the circle, and they just have to go for the gatekeep situation.
And actually, I have seen that they have 3 blazing infantries.
Yeah, inside.
The other one is nearly spent, but actually that's one of the good type of gameplay wherein, yeah, it could explode any moment, but that could be a ticking time bomb that you can just give onto the other squad. So you have to think twice if ever you're going to spray and pray onto that one. But Wanderer.
Our first rat. Congratulations, Wanderer. You're going to be the first rat for FARLIGHT Cup Asia Week 1.
It's not nice to become a rat, especially with the zone like that.
Yeah, you have to be on your toes.
He doesn't have any
medkits
left.
Oh
so
no.
You have to
run.
wander first.
You have to wander around. No pun intended.
Yeah. And knowing that they have 5 frags. So it's a pretty decent that you can land maybe until top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
It's kind of good, but it's not just a Wanderer that's going to be the rat, because we have another one.
Yeah, and that's going to be him staying alive. But this guy that tried to wander around got taken down by the side of Godbroke. And, well, that's going to be it. We're down to our final 6 squads. Oh, Gacha is too fast for that. He's going to use a tactical roll to evade the situation, but will meet an inevitable death as AIM finds that kill. And we're down to our final 5. So many teams still.
So many players still inside our zone, knowing that it's getting smaller and smaller. But NF90, the Ninth Order is in a good position.
Yeah.
And they have they have the defender with this Maggie that is guarding this passageway. He knows that if anyone is going to cross that, I mean, you're going to be beamed down. As easy as that.
Yeah, so now the task here for Dish is to make sure that they will go out unscathed here, because the Ninth Order, they have their eyes set on the prize, as they do have 12 kills inside this game already. So that means this team is focused, laser focused on getting that #1 spot. But so far, you have to talk about the players that's outside of the complexes, because they are going to be the ones that will be hit on here by the players inside of the Tin Man.
And then speaking of which, English is kind of not in a good position, and Sora would be the first one eliminated onto the side of Dish Band.
Oh no, KZ1 are in a top position here as well. 2 of their players are knocked down. 2 of them are going to be waiting for a revive. It's all down to their last player alive on the trees. And you can see him heavily pressured. And those that have made their initial position known here at the Tin Man Industrial are getting the prize for their patience. But you can see that there are players hopping into the top floor. So this is going to be a crazy engagement. All English finally getting taken care of.
That was a perfect utilization of the incendiary bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's just a point blank, I mean, you throw it. If there's someone there, okay, it's good luck. But if there's none, at least I've tried. And rightfully so, it has landed on that perfect position. We currently have 4 squads left. A lot of scouts has been utilized and they have been spotted. But who is really onto the top position right here, because we have someone lurking onto the topmost level of the roof.
Yeah, this is going to be the point of contention, right? For the Ninth Order, they do not have the bar position, but they activate the hologram guide. Now they're going to try to push inside of this Tin Man. They got Yeonwoo pushing up front here. The Ninth Order is trying to take this battle head on, close quarter, face to face. Looks like they're going to be drawing down one at a time as Joe Eric makes a big play for the fanboys as they manage to take that team away from this competition. We got 3 squads here left. And fanboys are in a good position right now.
They could actually take down LeSavage even until this moment as the circle is going closer and closer.
And here we go. It's just going to be final 2 squads remaining. Joe Eric making the big plays at the best time possible. 16 squad kills. They take it away in the open.
Just when
when we thought Les Savage is in a pretty good position because they are inside the warehouse, inside the Tinman Industrial, but nope, because Fanboys, not just being a fan, not just watching, because they did join the fray and was able to back our first map of the day.
It's very smart for them to actually move into that top floor for the Tinman Industrial. Their rooftop control was absolutely exquisite. Having the hologram guide invested there was able to cancel out the absolute gravity that was invested by the squad of the Ninth Order. And with that actually happening, they just had to gun them down one by one.
It's like I have already have my eyes on you. Like, who knows where you're going? But the thing about Les Savage here is that they have gate kept the entire Tinman Industrial. They have seen those 3 squads lurking, and whoever is going to cross and rush them, they can already beam them down. But the other point is that Fanboy is just, okay, you do your thing, and then we're going to, we are going to wrap up everything right after you.
Yeah, the thing with them, actually, they do have top floor control, right? They have the second floor of the complexes.
Yeah.
But the thing was, they did not get the rooftop. And that's the power position.
They haven't checked as well.
Yeah.
Nobody did check that rooftop.
Yeah. And the scan did not actually did them wonder as well.
And yeah, okay, you're there. Okay. Like, okay, you're there, so what are we going to do? It's really hard. I wasn't able to check if, if Les Savage does have Springboard, do they have Yong? Do they have Sunil? Because onto the side of Fanboy, they have Sunil, which did utilize the hologram guide perfectly, and the utility of the Springboard as well, right?
Yeah, and we're going to be breaking this game 1 down, along with our panel, as this is going to be one hell of a... Well, it's a chaotic match.
It really is. It's a blazing first match, everyone.
Are you saying that we're blazing? Thank you so much, Bibimbap. We know we're blazing hot.
Again.
All right, thank you so much to the casters. Here at the panel, we're going to break down what happened in that game over there. I gotta say, the first thing that really caught my eye is that I am so happy to say that there are more shotgun users this time around, not just in the early game, but even the mid to late game.
Yeah, even at the very last moment, apart from shotgun, we are looking at defender, which is, we know, the lowest damage sniper. But as the Stellar Wind with the semi-automatic has been nerfed, you know, the defender is like a semi-assault rifle.
See what I mean on being chaotic? We saw so much blazing infantries earlier, and I just gotta love what kind of execution that they did, especially on the early stages of the game. Since it was so chaotic, they were able to manage to use those shotguns.
Don't worry, this is the perfect opportunity to kind of break down what happened in the early game. Because as we can see here, Honey Glaze, there are certain drop points that some of the teams here have preferred, and we're gonna break down what actually happened as the circle kept going on and on.
Yeah. If you're going to check, no one dropped Carnival. Like they wanted to play it safe. I mean, it's the hot spot, but still, there are also, if you're going to check, more members or more teams are definitely separated. We're seeing 2-1 different spots, 4 different spots onto the middle from Motel. And then onto the lower right, there are also other members. That's how many meters apart.
Yeah, I think the main objective of every team here is just really create a lot of loot and get themselves a lot of loot, and then prioritize over on the shell devices. So that gives a lot of factor, really good opinion that Carnival, no one dropped in Carnival.
That is true. And I want to point out that we also see that RISN was actually scattered when they dropped.
Exactly.
And they were able to regroup before the first circle actually closed.
Yeah, and then when we saw the first circle, everyone wanted to go below. They wanted to go south. No one really wanted to stay apart from behind. Even Iris Ranch, when we saw the drop-off point, no one dropped there. And this time, no one even rotated at that part. So it means an empty spaces. I'm not sure if there's any shield XP devices that they were able to snag, but definitely a safe spot.
Yeah, and I just gotta love what chaotic environment created in Carnival when they rotated back, since again the circle is just going forward into Tin Man's property, and then that can give a lot of factor between all of those players going all the way from Sunflower to rotate back into Tin Man and get those shield devices.
You know what I realized though, if we looked at that, the way that the drop happened and the way the circle was moving, do you think that there is a factor in terms of loot advantage. Because if you're outside the circle, you have more space to kind of move into the circle and pass by more loot. Unlike when you're inside, there's more clashes that's going on.
Yeah, because if you are in the middle of the circle, at the first circle, you tend to go outside. And then that's where the struggle comes in, because you're going to meet
Face
those
a lot.
teams who's already rotated in all of the spot. And you can see right now that Fanboys was able to snag the top 1 spot. I believe that this team also is a well-established name in a different game.
Oh, that's something interesting. There's a bit of history that's going on there, but we did see how incredible their clash was at the Tin Man Industrial area.
Yeah.
I mean, the multi-level alone. Are you okay with that, HG? Was that because that was too overwhelming for me to watch? There was so much action happening.
It was, especially that the circle is just really closing in, and someone is still left behind all the way from top side, all the way from the roof, and they were not able to use any kind of ability right then, and since everyone is just waiting down below.
Yeah.
They are. Oh my goodness.
We're seeing teams also who's playing on 3 members only, which is a bit strange because you know the PC and so they were still able to play onto the upper echelon of the rankings, but definitely they need to work harder on map 2.
That is true. I know that we've been hyping up Super MJ. This guy has so many fans already with Farlight. I did see that in one of his previous streams, he reached like what 800 to 900
Yeah.
viewers.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that a lot of his fans are also watching and cheering him on right now. Continue to do so, guys. Maybe they'll have a better placement in the second game. We'll find out later on. But as you guys can see, these guys are out for blood. Every single one of them. And so far, Fanboys has been the most confident, the most... I don't even know the word to describe them right now. It's just so explosive, and it's a very good start for them, I would say.
Yeah, I'm loving the patience game from Fanboys. There are countless times that also did start those fights, and you can see here how snappy is MJ with his AK, one of the, let's say, rising assault rifle in terms of pick rate because of the damage that it offers.
Oof. Those chaotic events happening in Carnival is just gotta give a lot of factor or giving a lot of off possibilities that shotguns may be used a lot. Since look at those close range fights. It's just giving so much advantage to everyone using in Lucinda, the passive especially, and yeah, just win out every close engagements.
Oh, I love this. There are still some users out there who still live by the original meta that we saw in the previous Farlight tournaments, wherein we would often see a UMP or perhaps a Jupiter, which we're seeing right now. It's just the perfect timing to actually talk about it. And of course, Osiris, we saw this, we talked about this, more shotguns even at the very end.
Yes, and we are seeing a lot of diversity in terms of the weapons, even Uzis. We saw a different variety, even the Rhino.
I know.
The thing that Rhino eats a lot of space already, not having the third slot, being on the second, still plays a lot of role or plays a huge explosive role in terms of taking down vehicles or taking down a whole squad.
Are you happy to see more Uzis though?
Yeah.
I am too.
That's this SMG who's only got 2 attachments, but they're making it work.
Well, I was so curious why and how it worked out for them since they were using an SMG followed up with the shotgun. So how is it working for them? It's not working for me. So I just gotta learn for them. Yeah.
I think it's a skill issue for us. But you know what? When we talk about vehicles, which we did see in the highlights, I think Osiris has something to say about the Blazing Infantry. I'm not saying he's playing favorites over here, but this vehicle, man, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, as what Honeyglaze also told us, that this will be a blazing day for the reason that the rotation's coming in. Definitely Blazing Infantry. We saw our highlighted player, which is MJ, who fought 2 Blazing Infantries. And even apart from the last circle, we're seeing a lot of Blazing Infantries as an ender. But this guy, even though hitting with the nerf, still workable. But you can see the proper spacing if you wanted to play counter with the flamethrower. Once you got EMP, the distance that MJ created to take down that specific vehicle, he make it work.
Yeah, it can be really overpowering to use a Blazing Infantry, but unfortunately, if someone knows how to counter the Blazing Infantry, it can be really over since you just gotta shoot the guy inside.
Oh, speaking of, since now that the Blazing Infantry has a second seater, do you think that other people are gonna start camping on this vehicle?
I don't
It's
think
a possibility,
so.
but You're very
exposed.
Yeah, exposed and just adding another layer of attack wherein that guy can shoot from behind while having the EMP shot. A lot of things to do.
I mean, fanboys set an example for us in this map. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have a target at their back when we move on to the second game of the day.
Yeah.
But so far, great performance, great start from these guys. I hope that they keep the ball rolling because that's what we want to see. If you are the team that is the fastest to establish a sort of like consistency to your gameplay, then everybody's just going to know who you are.
Yeah, you are kind of exposed on the later parts of the tournament, pero I just gotta love the lineup that they have here right now.
Exactly.
Since so much mobility, since they have Sunil, they have also as well Lucinda, who can really give a lot of pressure on the close engagements. And then there's also Cypher. I'm talking about Cypher a lot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the lineup is a bit of a team fight centric, but having a Momo is really good.
Oh, yeah.
It's still, we are
passive,
seeing
right?
a lot of support, but still they wanted to go Momo instead of Ziana.
Yes, there's a lot of variety over here. I'm still looking for that duck side. Show me the duck side, you guys. I need to see my duck side over here. But I know that you guys aren't as hyped for duck side as I am. So I'm going to make it up to you. How about we give something to the audience? Because from what I heard from the voices in my head, our audience is so good that we reached 500 viewers. You guys are awesome. See, we got to unlock our elite chest. We have one right here in front of us. Osiris, will you do the honors of sharing the code with our audience?
We'll be dropping in a bit. Drum roll. A self-drum roll by Likeable's Unlockable Enjoy PC Elite Chess.
Wordplay. I see
Bar.
you there. Bar 95.
Bar 95.
Yeah, we're working our way to reaching that skin. But if you guys enjoyed this, then you guys will enjoy PC. From what I heard, our codes, you can, if you link your cross-platforms, right, you can actually claim this via your mobile device or through Steam if that's where your client is. It's just so convenient that you can actually redeem these codes, whether it's the 1,000 coins or our
with diamonds when you link
or our
it.
viewer milestone stuff. You guys are awesome. Keep it going. Like, invite more friends. Let's unlock the 1,000 viewer milestone reward. And let's just get more giveaways for everyone. While you guys do that, Farlight Cup will go on to a break and we will return with more action.
Lucinda's trade is only open to the first buyer who arrives. Capsuers, fight for your desire.
Let's go. Never back down, and I never run. Coming last place, that was never fun. Time to elevate.
Looks like we gotta make it harder. Let me see who's the lucky one.
I'ma let it go.
Let them taste the power of new vehicles.
Time to lose control.
Time to fly. I never
Time to
miss.
start the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, we gon' run it up. No days off.
Precision bombing.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Night, sweetheart.
Fire hazard. Emergency team, go!
Love doesn't just explode once. Feel the gravity of fate.
One shot, so you better not miss.
भर दिया गया मेरे को
El propulsor. ¡Ah!
tutti mortini
Saco bomba contigo. Granada por tu vida contigo.
distrutto
That's all.
It's one in the corner. Nice. Brother's lost.
Nice going. Unlimited ammo. Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. That was sick, dude. I used my unlimited ammo, which is like the perfect squad wiping ability.
The enthusiasm of the fanboys were their key to witness or to push through the victory. Again, my name is Bibimbap and we have here Kali. We are our casters for FARLIGHT Cup Asia and we have witnessed map 1 already.
I couldn't ask for more with all the action that we just saw at map number 1. Everything was just chaotic right from the start until the very end. An open map, at an open circle, final circle by the time we finished at map number 1, where we saw fanboys actually win the competition with 16 kills. Can they continue to keep that one up?
Can they keep it? Or can they go more kills? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, can they go for more frags? Because 16 is just so-so. So
Yeah,
maybe.
compare it to SR Nakage.
Yeah, compared to our mobile division. But right now, this is PC. So we are looking for more.
Yeah, and we haven't actually determined which teams are the best, right? Because we actually saw early game teams that were able to dominate the competition, but only to get turned away at that mid game. But now that we are actually ready for map number 2, we're actually going to see if we're going to see some consistent placements from our top 3 earlier as we continue the action here for FARLIGHT Cup Asia. Map number 2 here at Sunset City. Here we go.
Who is going to be the toughest one? Is it going to be still the fanboy, or would we be having another contender as our teams are already spreading? We have met this early on onto our map 1 that some players would really dive into Tots or even in Tin Man, and rightfully so. Dish or squad number 9 is going to dive right here on our last circle earlier.
Yeah, this is going to be a big important play for them because, again, that Tin Man Industrial has a lot of loot boxes as well as weapons that you can use to take enemies down. But so far, here off the start, we see players of Easy Sweep actually going down. So that's going to be a waste of their respawners right off the bat.
I was actually surprised because we have Shinigami right there. And again, this is a shotgun meta.
Yeah.
We have seen a lot of Lucindas utilizing that shotgun assault passive wherein they could have more shotgun ammo, magazine per se, and even the fast reload of their shotguns. But it's catastrophic because we have witnessed another one that bites the dust.
Oh no, look at Wishy. He's just standing by the secondary seat from the blazing infantry. And he's the one that stays alive? No. Eventually would get dealt with.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So, Kali jinx it, guys. I'm sorry, no. Kidding aside, they are not actually in a good position. Riverview Park, yep, it will offer you a lot of vehicles or even loots, but it's way too open.
Yeah.
You don't have any homage that could protect you.
It only takes like 2 squads that will likely want to jump you in north or south or east to west to actually get to you in a bad position. But right now at the early game, we just saw 2 squads actually competing there. And then Savage 6 was able to get those eliminations. But here at the Nova Planetarium, we got Sovereign, who hasn't had a decent placement at map number 1. Looking to try to create some plays here. But seems like they would be taken down by the squad of Mess with Beaks here.
Thou shall not mess with this
the
squad.
bees.
Well, yeah, with the bees, because they're going to sting you. They have been left with 2 members, but still enough. And look at those frags.
Yeah,
8 frags already. We have, what, 3 squads that has been eliminated as early as that?
These squads are just crazy, right? But taking a look at our last map, we got Fanboys who scored 16, the Savage 6 with 15, and the 9 Order with 14. And as you said, we haven't seen any team go up and explode to 20+ kills so far, but we will find out as we see this circle here actually try to close in. Looking to be the exact same setup that we had on map number 1, where it had to go down to the southeastern portion of the Sunset City map.
And the question is this going to be a deja vu?
Yeah.
Knowing that we have discussed already the top 3 teams that we had earlier, so are they still at an advantage with our circle right now? But look at Shinigami. We have Cute here as the lone survivor, while the other 3 members has been to the paradise already. Been sent to the paradise.
They have met their creator, right?
Yeah.
And for Cute, he has to find a way to just try to sneak around and revive his teammate. He still has plenty of time to actually get them ongoing. But for Mess with the Bees, this is a squad we talked about earlier that had a great start, but so far their shields are not up to par to the other squads that's actually alive in the game right now. So they have to get those armor upgrades so that they'll be ready for another set of team fight.
And they're actually doing it right now. They are utilizing those shield generators that can be found on the Nova Planetarium, knowing that this is our old map.
Yeah.
This is the Tri-Shield area where you can gear up your arsenal. Bethel the God, not a decent shield. It's just a level 1. That's just a white one. So you need to gear up your arsenal. You need to loot or to hunt for blood.
Yeah, I think the best way for them is to maybe loot a little bit, get those purple armors, then go and hunt blood. Get those other player experience points from the loot boxes that you have managed to take down players around the map. But so far, for Fatal, not really in a bad position right now. They do have their vehicles ready up, but for Ryzen, as well as the Savage 6, they are battling for the 2 shields that are frequent here by this area.
The Savage actually that have the same arsenal that is with the Ryzen Esports, although positioning-wise, although the Savage does have the high ground, Ryzen Esports still does have the safety net. They still have these houses that they could utilize, though Axel has been, he's so many damage from the side of Le Savage, so maybe, just maybe, you could recuperate with the other members and lure the possibility of Le Savage rushing you in.
Yeah, the bait here should be more than enough for the Ryzen squad, but for Shinigami, looks like they have revived all of their teammates.
Successfully!
Great play for Cute, but here comes the dishwasher. Dishman is around the corner. They're looking to go for the engagements here, and Shinigami, they are not in a position to fight at all. Absolute gravity will be invested. Dish are looking for the clean. They will wipe away and wash away the sins of Shinigami as they swipe and wipe them off the competition. Goodbye. See you at the next lobby.
They have cleaned another squad. And with a look at those 9 frags, just when we thought they have the upper lead or they have a good start per se, but that's not yet. They're opening salvo. And look at Owa taking enough damage, would run away from that skirmish. And was able to do so.
Another squad actually joined in the fray, and this is a third-party situation. Dish has to stand their ground, but Butcher
Sora!
will be sucked down. Sora looking to create the play with the AK-77. He finds one onto Mew, and they will be successful at neutralizing the enemy, but they're still up for a revive. Let's see if they're going for the contest.
I think they were able to clean up already that squad, that fatal squad. But again, they still have boss. Are going to be the big boss and resuscitate everyone? No, it's not going to be possible. And from that 9 frags, it's already 14, and they're still looking for more.
Yeah, Mugen, the Pat is not going to be in a great spot here. Look at the boxes that's around the Todd's Hot Rod. More players are converging in within the area. KZ1 will be going in for the third party here once again. Can Dish Band actually find a way to stay alive? No! English finds one. He gets taken down. And KZ1 they continually push with the EMP shock, successfully landing that kill. And they will be able to get Champagne.
Not yet.
Oh my days, so many action in just one area.
But there's the Godbrook. Godbrook, last man standing. Would he be able to clutch this?
Oh, he got killed with the Hound. And this is the new meta that we actually need to talk about, right? But still, will let us try to create a player for KZ1 Chaos. The Savage, M4 Supremacy plus the Blazing Infantry, the Wombo combo. So actually wipe in a squad at the Todd's Hot Rod just like that. Engagements.
Not yet.
Not
They're
yet
not
over.
yet done.
Oh
They
my
are not
God.
yet done. Job ain't done.
Oh,
no
Dish.
time for celebration.
Oh no, Dish. Sid, you have to make yourself stay alive here along with your teammates because you have wasted your respawner here already. You can afford to actually go down bad. But for the Savage, they are still in a position to actually take away this spot away from Dish.
That was a pretty quick reflexes there.
Oh!
VJSU against 3 members of Dish.
Like a dance in the water. You see Jisoo just absolutely do the wonder with the tactical roll. And you can see Sid here continuously keeping up the pressure with the Lucinda. The Hound will not make it as Babe QT gets that kill with the Mad Rabbit. So they're going to sustain their lives. But look at this.
But we're still far. We're
They
still far from
once
over.
again. The Blazing Infantry there for
EMP
the
bomb.
knockdown. The EMP shock is looking to turn this team into ashes. Babe QT, last man standing here at the containers, will be shot down by Champagne.
We have so many victors after victors on this very specific part of Sunset City. And I won't be surprised if our loot box is up to 20-ish.
Yes, I think it's 20 plus boxes here. Because so many teams decided that, hey, actually, I can take you down. Oh, never mind. I'm actually going to back away. I'm going to get back my loot. And I'm going to go right back at you. And I'm going to take you down. But, well, it wasn't the case. And more chaos. More
Just wasn't
chaos.
good enough. Again, it's a blazing Saturday evening that we are all witnessing. And look
my
at that.
God.
Tyrantux was able to get away. But Jenny the God still with the numbers that he's going to deal in.
Oh my God, it's here at the Todd's Hot Rod again.
Babe, you have
The
to think twice.
doesn't stop rising.
You have to think twice if you're going to commit there.
You have to, because
That's already a cemetery.
yeah, it already is. It's I don't know how to explain it. The cemetery is an understatement. It's a tomb. It's a mausoleum. I don't know.
It's way greater than being a pyramid, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, you should think
We have to
twice.
think of that. Finally, we get some breather here. But
I would really want to count how many loot bags we have there. And because of those loot bags, they're already thinking twice. Is
Yeah.
someone just doing the quote-unquote vehicle play?
Look at the boxes here. It's just around. Not to mention, there are many boxes inside of the buildings as well, right?
Yeah.
So
Inside the building alone, it's 10-ish
yeah,
plus
more
already.
than 10.
It's really a catastrophic place to be in. So you should not find yourself in this situation. Okay, I think he's going to show us. He's going to show us. This is how many tomes here is inside the Todd's Hot Rod.
Thank you for the tour. Thank you for the
And
tour.
it's like they're on a shopping mall, right?
Yeah.
They're just getting whatever loot that they can find in.
And for Fun Boys, seems like they have found themselves quite a situation here up against the Ninth Order. I mean, 9 own goals, and they have managed to actually take the players inside of the building. But, well, there's one more to deal with, and Tammy too fast, ain't too fast anymore as the Ghost gets that kill. That's going to be their 4th kill of the day. But you can see our circle actually going around the Tin Man and the Todd's Hot Rod area. So that's where we are actually pointing all of the attention here. But gunshots coming through for Fanboys here.
A pretty good gatekeep for the side of Fanboy. I was about to question that they have a very little number when it comes to the frags, but it's more of that they are just taking things slow.
Yeah.
They are moving from one place to another in a minuscule amount of steps that they don't want to push too much. They don't want to commit too much. And going back onto our hot place to be in the Sunset City onto the other side, Tinaman Industrial, there is a potential clash onto this squads. Squad number 9 versus squad 14. We have the Beast.
Yeah, as well as I believe that's the Chaos actually right close by.
So it's going to bite the dust. Is it going to be the Sting from the Beast or the Chaos that they're or the chaos that this squad number 3 is going to bring?
I think it's gonna be the Beast that will sting, right?
Oh.
But we will see. We will find out as the circle gets to close in, because obviously if you're inside of the complex right now, you're probably thinking, hey, we got a good spot inside of the circle, but we cannot afford to expose ourselves because we might get third party and we might get attacked in multiple angles, right? So we just have to hold our ground and see what's gonna be the rotation looking like for these other squads. And well, for them, for the side of Beast, they do have 4 players remaining inside of the game, and they do have those purple shields. And purple shields are the minimum for you to sustain a lot of damage from the other squads.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty bold statement. Do not settle for less. You should go for the purple shield because
that's bare minimum.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum that you should want to gear up for yourself. But looking at that was Maggie, right?
Yeah.
He only have 1 gun.
That's
So
not good.
yeah, it's not a good arsenal, especially if that specific gun would be needing to reload. I mean, you don't have any secondary. What if you're going to fight in a close combat?
Well, for me, honestly, you have to have your teammates help you. But so far for Ryzen Esports here, it's going to be on the Thoughts Hot Rod, going in for the shopping.
Yeah.
Well, they do have themselves quite a spot here.
Shopping spree on Thoughts Hot Rod.
Well, they are now able to go for a kill spree here. They have the potential, as they do have their players securing at least a level 5 in the game. They haven't found much kills here at all. But since they do have their squad locked into a pretty tight spot, they could go in for a lot of kills. But I'm surprised. How did this team get up here? Do they have an MKR?
Well, it's like they are just watching. They are like the gods.
The Overwatch.
Watching those quote-unquote pests.
Oh, you ants?
And look at those Momoys drop. I mean, it's
How many?
actually 2.
There's 2 already.
So they have stayed quite long enough onto this very specific place. And yep, to answer your question, they do have an MKR with the USSR skin.
Yeah, I wish I have that skin, but
We all wish.
Yeah, but
to have that.
I'm not lucky enough to actually throw it. But well, for Tyrant Dogs, they will be one of the teams in the game right now that will have to settle for a rotation. The good news here for them is they do have the oversight on where they would want to actually move. Oh, my back's about to break. Boom. Okay, nice call with the jetpacks.
And again, there's no fall damage.
Yeah, I think that's I love that with this game. You know, there's no fall damage. You just
And
have to
even
make sure.
friendly fire, right?
Yeah, you don't get trolled by your random.
No one is going to backstab you.
Yeah, and
Not
well,
your friend.
here we go. We mentioned Todd's Hot Rod being one of the point of contention. Tyrant Dogs, they spotted some players there, and that's going to be Ryzen Esports. So they decided to actually move away from that altercation and settle for a place where they could provide a sanctuary. That will be from the Timon Industrial.
Oh no, but they are not going to a place to be called home because we have teams there that already have their own safety zones. And Tyrant Dogs, a good decision to settle for another place inside this warehouse.
So the thing here with them now is they're going to be by the edge of the circle. But they are just like a couple of walks away or run away to actually move inside. So the thing is, they are going to be positioning outside of the edge where they can be getting those oversight once again and informations on where these players could be. And for Ryzen Esports, seems like they do have set things straight here. They want to go for kills.
They would like to go third party versus Fanboy, and Fanboy right now taking tantamount damage from the recent skirmish, and seems like they're going to be rushed in.
Oh no, they got quickly cleaned here by Ryzen Esports. Hayden providing that close range as well as the absolute gravity plus the combo of that EMP shock, which has been popular in the new update, and teams really are emphasizing those utilities as their point of initiating.
That's a pretty good decision making wherein they have committed, and they even utilize the hologram guide. That's why they're very fast when it comes to rushing in and cleaning up that specific squad. But they have to move on. Right after wiping that, they have to go and maybe rush in and brought about Chaos onto the side of this squad number 3. Chaos, would they be punishing this one though?
Scan. They scan the players. They're going to be down there at the inside of the complexes. And the thing here for Ryzen Esports right now, they are the only team alive in the game that has a level 6 armor. Every player is going to be hard to take down as they can soak in so many damage anytime. And they're using actually one of their players to scout around using that blazing infantry.
Axel.
So that's going to be a very great attention to detail.
And actually, it's not just one blazing infantry that is going to utilize too. You have to let go of that one. And a pretty good decision that you have to burn that specific vehicle into crisp, or else it's going to give you those headaches because
nightmares.
of the EMP shock.
You're gonna get nightmares.
Wherein you just have to let go of the keyboard because it's already futile. You cannot move.
Yeah, once that EMP shock lands from the blazing infantry, okay, I have considered that this is my inevitable death. But we're down to our final 4 squad circle, about to close in 16 seconds. We have seen so many gunshots and warning shots absolutely shown here by the teams remaining in. For Tyrant Dogs, still in a good position now. They're using the sky roaming to scout around the potential players
Where are you? Where is Shadow? Which squad are they going to land in? Tyrant Dogs, good decision making, though the next question is, which hat are they going to commit?
Oh no.
Which one? Are they going for the Chaos or are they going for the Beast?
They're going with the Beast. They're looking to play the isolation here, while the other squads on the opposite side of the road are looking to get some attacks. Now, they haven't used that hologram guide just yet, but they do have the sky roaming to get those informations on where these players might be at. And you're looking to contest Ryzen Esports on the other rooftop, which is not going to be a smart play for you because you have attracted so many unwanted attention, and now you're going to be flamed and you'll be smoked.
And they're going back to a very specific point or specific warehouse that they have been. While Ryzen Esports will utilize their ultimates pretty well. They have been scanned, but they haven't been punished yet.
Yeah, Tyrant Dogs now, they are absolutely getting punished here by the Beast. They are stinging so venomous, and now they will actually send at least 2 players waiting for a revive. One there now looking to try to back away. They take down 1 player from Ryzen Esports that will leave that squad into 3. But so far for Mess with the Beast, I love it. They're not going in for the engagement, sticking to their corners and waiting for the players to actually duke it out. Jenny the God now trying to back away using the blazing infantry. Fights 1, takes down In Your Dream. Jenny the God able to create 2 kills off of that play, chaining it here one by one, finding one more at the staircase, confirms that kill, and Ryzen Esports, after that play, they take down 2 squads.
But not yet, because there's still more, and right now, it's not just about the dogs biting the beast, but it's going to be another contender. It's Ryzen Esports rising from the ashes, from cleaning up, washing everything that blocks their way.
Yeah, they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They only had 2 kills by the time this final circle opened up. But the task here is for this squad is that they had level 5 armors, and they shop around the Todd's Hot Rod to actually get themselves those level 6. And when they had an opportunity, they were pretty much confident that they can take over the rooftop at the Tim and Industrial so that they can go for the finish.
And a pretty bold decision as well, especially Jenny. With that blazing infantry inside, it's like you're grilling everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, come here. Come to Mama. I'll grill you with a blazing infantry. It's really hot inside. Tinman Industrial. And again, we have seen an MKR playstyles wherein they have utilized those sky roaming, but it's not enough. Not yet enough.
Yeah, and we're gonna actually confirm that here at our map number 3 because it's gonna be coming right up, right up next, right? But talk about what just happened at the Thoughts Hot Rod. That was just non-stop.
It's a shopping spree.
There was no time for us to take a breather.
Actually,
because
we should change the name, no? That's no longer a Todd's Hot Rod. I mean, it's literally hot.
Todd's Cemetery.
It's a Todd's. Well, I'm thinking, well, anyway, it's already a cemetery, but that's just an understatement, as you did mention, because it's way too much. It's not just 10, it's not just 20. I feel like it's more.
Yeah.
I mean, the loot boxes.
I think there's 30.
Yeah.
There's more than 30 because by the time we actually move into the Thoughts Hot Rod, there were already boxes there.
If only we can count.
Yeah.
Well, maybe our observers were able to count. Okay, that's one already. I mean, it's like you're doing an inventory.
Yeah.
Inventory list. Okay, we have purple armor here. We have 20-ish type of... Like, it's totally too much.
Yeah, but the thing with it actually favored Rise and Esports, right?
Yeah.
Because by the time they went there, there was no more player visible.
It's already clean.
Yeah, so they just had to loot, wander around, and scavenge
It's just
the attachments, the
full of
shield XP.
spirits.
Yeah. So hard to think that you gave Rise and Esports the free key to victory,
Yeah.
which is give them all of the dead boxes, right?
Okay, it's here on a silver platter, on a red carpet. Like, okay, get what you want. Just say thank you.
But they didn't thank anyone. They actually go in for everything. They went in for the
Yeah.
kill. They went in for the.
But I wonder, here's a question. I wonder if our panels were able to count how many loot boxes were there. But I believe Osiris is pretty good at counting things. So, hi panel.
Is that true? Are you good at counting things, Cyrus?
Yeah, I got some counts onto the vehicles, which is 4 to 5, but definitely the death boxes, I'm not sure how many of those, because remember, we are looking at the cemetery.
No, I have to ask Honey Glaze though. How hot is Todd's Hot Rod?
Well, it was kind of blazing hot since the blazing infantries were already exploded on those spots.
Pretty
hot?
hot.
Hot pot?
Hot pot?
Hot pot?
Oh.
I think
I want
someone's
hot pot.
hungry. Yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
Thank you so much once again to the casters for that amazing cast that we saw for game number 2. Here on the panel, though, it's still likable Honey Glaze with a double E, and of course, Mr. Osiris. Yes. So let's go back to that discussion. I cannot move on how intense everything was with Todd's Hot Rod. What was going on, and why did the circle end up near Tin Man area again? Please explain.
I mean, with the same as what we saw from map 1, we are and ended up again at Teen Man, and we are checking, of course, the drop-off points as well. But you know how hard that Teen Man has been because of the accessibility. There are only a few bridges, a few spots wherein there's a lot of choke points, to be honest, and even the Todd's Tower has been utilized.
I love the chaotic events that happened earlier in Todd's Hot Rod. Since especially it's one of the objectives after you get all of those loots back in Tin Man's and then go and get your shield devices ready on Todd's Hot Rod. So it's really understandable why there has been really such a blazing aftershocks or aftermaths of whatever happened earlier with the rotations.
Intense.
All right, so we did see Risen Esports really rise to the occasion
Yeah.
over here. And we noticed in the first map over here, Osiris, that they were kind of spread apart and they kind of just regrouped together as the circle was closing in. And we see that again here, but it's not just them. There's another team over here that is also kind of doing the same at the southeast area.
Yes, the same, the whole east area, to be honest, from the Sanctuary Tower up to the lowest part of the map. You can definitely see that the grid distribution of the members, and it's kind of favoring them. They are not dueling any other squad, and they are just taking resources confidently. Even in Iris Ranch, you don't see any contestation, not unless you're playing around Power Tree Station or Nova Planetarium.
It's one of the points that I have been really curious about is why are they separate apart, since are they considering to battle it out on the later phases of the game, since they are hoping for contact later on, and they're just looting out every loadout that they can in every spot that they dropped on. So it's one of the points I want to know why, but it really did just go in favor of them, since the circle is just really close to them.
It really is closer to them. But my big question is, when are people gonna start dropping at Carnival over here? I understand that we had a rework for the map, so maybe it's the familiarity that's lacking. They don't feel confident enough to glide through this area of the map. But when do you think by next week, Osiris, we're gonna start seeing people drop at Carnival with pure confidence?
Well, I think so, especially that, of course, way back at ACC, we saw the first week as the establishing part. And then when we came into second week, everyone was really confident in their own place. And right now, we are just seeing their own individual comfortability with just a single drop, and even Fanboy consistently dropping at Sunflower Shopping Mall, and no one is contesting.
One of the objectives or one of the points that I am looking forward to if ever they want to go drop in Carnival is that if ever there's a shield device there finally, or if they are looking forward to gain enough XP points, since they want to go and grow throughout the later phases.
Okay, and we can see over here at our stat board that there are teams that are kind of consistent when it comes to the kills. We can see over here, Honeyclays, that Risen Esports doing so well. Even in the first game, they were so consistent with the kill number.
Yeah, I was just really surprised that this happened really for them, since first of all, they dropped on separate spots, but then they were able to gather a lot of kills since they wanted to go in with a close counter fights, and they wanted to engage everyone who is trying to gatekeep them, since on the early stages, they were kind of apart from the zone.
Yeah, and the rotation really paid off for Reason, as they were even able to visit the Todd Cemetery or Todd's Hot Pot with a lot of ingredients and food or death boxes as their foods.
Easy loot.
Yeah, easy loot. Right there, easy upgrades, and even taking two Blazing Infantries that they can carry on towards the Tin Man's last circle. And what I am shocked or surprised about is the third placer, which is Mess with Bees. Because collectively, if we're going to check the top 15 finalists, they are at the bottom part of the echelon, and right now they are sitting at third.
It's not just that. They're not here like trying to rat things out. They're actually out here killing people. They're confident in their abilities to really engage in those gunfights, which is something that we love to see. And again, I mentioned this earlier. I'm gonna mention it again. Today is the first day of the FARLIGHT Cup.
Yeah.
Today is how we're establishing the tempo or the pacing of how the squads are gonna be as the tournament progresses.
Yeah.
So far, so good for some of the teams, but for others, we really need them to step up.
Yeah, they kind of need to step up, especially as Fanboy. We saw them securing the top 1 spot from map 1, but this time grabbing 8 kills with top 5 only. Honeyclays mentioned about the consistencies or the inconsistencies of the teams, and they really need to push even further to map 3 if they really wanted to secure the whole game.
Yeah, I do agree that there is some points that they wanna stay put on the last stages or in the later part on the late game. But then I just love what happened earlier for Fanboy, that they still gathered enough kills, so that's going to accumulate them points.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, if we do the math, there are some teams that may not place well in the placements. However, if you look at their kill counts, it makes up for it. There's a compensation, that there's a trade-off that's happening there. And as we can see here at the highlights, ladies and gentlemen, the action started at Nova Planetarium, which is, of course, Osiris's favorite job.
Yeah, and also the team that we highlighted a while ago, Mess with Bees. So they had a really good start, but in terms of consistencies, we saw the Savage, Dish, and even Fanboys on racking up more kills. It's just that with Map 2, we're seeing more of them being like a loose cannon, because everyone wants to have their own kill. And you can see right now that the hot pot is starting.
Oh my god, so these are the reasons why there are a lot of off-grave, or there are a lot of bodies that are being killed, are already killed here in Tots Hot Rod, since they have the objective to gather themselves, their shield devices, and then gather their XP points since it's one of the most hot places to drop on.
I feel like deep inside, the observers are thanking the players because thank you so much for making our jobs easier. We just gotta focus on this one area because this is where everybody is converging so far. We're also seeing some kills come in from the likes of LSV6 and of course Dish Band. These guys racked up so many kills from Todd's Hot Rod alone, and I would love to see more from them. We have game number 3 on the way, but so far, I'm loving this highlight.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of action. It feels like it's it's not stopping any moment. And even
This scene.
inside, let him cook inside Tin Man, and even having the vision erosion, that's fairly easy for them to finish.
Okay, I want to talk about scouts. We're gonna see the revelation over here of who won and what happened in that game, but again, I just want to see more scouts. We've seen a few MKRs over here, even with the rework. You know, MKR is still using. Okay, wait. Okay, it's just a what do you call this? A light bulb moment for me.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it so scary that
Sound
that your
effects.
light bulb? Bing! Isn't it so scary that the sky roaming gives you access to such a high position wherein it feels like you're on God mode?
Yeah, that's the thing is, especially if the circle went into their to their
Favor,
side, to their
yeah.
favor at the Todd's Tower, definitely.
I just gotta expose Osario since last night they just abused the power of MKR
Oh no!
and then remain on top of the spot all the way from. I
Todd's
think
Tower.
that was
It's the same tower.
Yeah, it was the same tower, and it was so
Yeah.
annoying since they have a lot of vision, they have a lot of damage given onto people who is down below, and wondering where is the damage coming from.
She is so frustrated with these
so
high
annoyed.
areas
Yeah.
that she is exposing her analyst partner here
Oh,
on the
no.
panel. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
What do you have to say to her about that?
I mean, she's right though. So definitely MKR sky roaming is something that you want to consider playing against with, and you need those plans to be ready. I'm not sure if Lucinda Absolute Gravity will reach those kinds of heights to pull them off to the ledge, but yeah.
Yeah, we can see from this lineup of course, Risen Esports that they're kind of focused
I love
over here,
this.
HG, with, how should I call this? The AoE?
Yeah.
Yeah,
area of
team
effect.
fight.
Look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so ready for all of these team fights. I mean,
the combination.
let's talk it through. How would you combine these? What are the sequencing of events that should occur when you have this lineup? What is the first utility that you
Well,
throw?
what I can imagine here on this lineup is that we have your Ember. Use in that ultimate who can immobilize the vision of the enemies, and then we have Cypher with the EMP shock that can also be followed up with the recon that she has, and then give every info that they have on a close and engaged fight, and then followed up with the absolute gravity coming in from Lucinda. That creates a lot of pressure. Everyone inside of Ember's ultimate. So that's an OP move, especially you're inside of Tinman's industry.
Yeah, you know, that hologram guide gives a lot of buffs, and if things gets dicey, vision erosion can be used as a disengage. But the thing about that is I strongly agree on Honey Glaze, the scan coming in from Cypher and the Eyes of Truth coming in from Ember. Definitely all have the info with a Sunil buff.
Yes.
Easy.
I mean, if Ember has an Eyes of Truth, our viewers have eyes on the prize.
Oh,
yes,
likeables
sir.
and likeable.
Let's. I love how he's branded it like that. Let's take a look and see if we have any likable unlockables available for you guys. Wow, we do. We have not only unlocked one, but two things in the span of one map. You guys are insane. Congratulations, because you guys get a legend chest and of course our rocket trail over here. So, Honey Glaze, why don't you do the honors of revealing the code this time?
And here we are. We are going to reveal the code for the legend chest. It's going to be final week 1 for the first 10 clears.
Oh my goodness, Farlight Cup is off to a great start. Our viewers are giving. I love you guys. Thank you so much for sending over your friends, your family, your playmates, everybody that you know. Just keep on sending them over here. Who knows, we might unlock more things. I mean, you guys have your eyes on the bar and everything else. But before we get to that point, Cyrus, your turn.
Code dropping in. Hot drop. You can see smooth fight.
Oh man, I'm not
I don't
open.
think that that is the best descriptor of what happened at Todd's Hot Dog.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's a smooth drop having that kind of trail. So definitely having a smooth fight equipped with a good trail.
I don't have my Farlight on my iPad. I want to get the rocket trail, the jetpack trail.
Aw.
Oh.
You know what came into my mind? Smooth operator. I'm not.
Smooth like.
Wow,
Oh.
my song was for the older generation,
Oh,
and you have.
Sorry, I'm a Gen Z.
Oh, okay.
You
The
are
Gen Z,
abandoned.
the Gen Z
You have
me.
abandoned Mr. Autolus himself. He is all alone in that old man wagon.
Old Watchman.
All right, guys. I hope you guys were able to claim the codes because in the meantime, make sure that you guys have your Farlights prepared because we might reveal more codes later on. But for now, we're going to go off to a quick break. When we return, it's game number 3.
Lucinda's trade is only open to the first buyer who arrives. Capsuleers, fight for your desire.
Let's go. Never back down, and I never run. Come in last place, that was never fun. Time to elevate.
Looks like we gotta make it harder. Let me see who's the lucky one.
I'ma let it go.
Let them taste the power of new vehicles.
Time to lose control.
Time to fly. I never
Time to
miss.
start the show. 5, 4, 3, 2, we gon' run it up. No days off. Precision bombing. One shot, so you better not miss.
Night, sweetheart.
One shot, so you better not miss.
Fire hazard. Emergency team, go!
Love doesn't just explode once. Feel the gravity of fate.
One shot, so you better not miss.
बढ़ दिया गया मेरे को
El propulsor. ¡Ah!
tutti mortini
Saco bomba contigo. Granada por tuya contigo. Distrutto. That's all.
the corner. Nice. Brothers lost.
Nice going. Unlimited ammo. Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go, dude. That was sick, dude. I used my unlimited ammo, which is like the perfect squad wiping ability.
Are we going to have a two-peat, just like my friend here who's doing the YOLO thing? Or is it going to be a shishable moment for another team to rise up? Again, this is FARLIGHT CUP Asia. My name is Bibimbap alongside with Kali. Are you Kali though?
Yes, I'm Kali with the sheesh.
Okay, shishable Kali. And this is our map number 3. Is it going to be a back-to-back win from the Ryzen Esports, or would the fanboys be enthusiastic again to bag that win?
I'm looking forward to these top 2 squads that you talk about, right? Since Fanboy was the #1 squad at map number 1, then at map number 2, we saw one of the better approaches coming in from Ryzen Esports. They came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
10th placement at map number 1, then they placed number 1 here at map number 2. That speaks a lot of the adjustments that they did mid-tournament.
It's like, don't look at me, don't look at me. I'm not here. They are like wallflowers.
Yeah.
They are just observing. And right from the get-go, they don't just dwell in, or I mean, they just don't go after a squad that they are not sure if they're going to make it. But again, apart from these squads that we are talking about, we have to acknowledge as well, this band.
Yeah. I mean, this squad plays at least top 10, top 5
Yeah,
in the
even
competition.
for our map number 1, but onto our map number 2, they were able to bag those 21 frags.
That's the first. That's
Cleaning every
The thoughts
squad
are
that's on their way. But again, we have so many things to look forward onto map number 3, Kali. And I won't be surprised if it's going to be another squad that's going to rise up.
Yeah, rise up, rise up. Are we gonna find another team that will take home the #1 flag here, the #1 squad here at this map number 3? Because we have seen so many action for the past 2 maps already. And can we see a deja vu, or will we see another squad actually pull it through? I think the Ninth Order should get their axe together here, because they've been consistent in terms of fragging as well as placing at the top 5. But they couldn't get at least top 3 here.
But are they going to make it this time? Because they have to go for their best foot forward as we head onto our last map of the day. This is still a blazing Saturday.
This will determine who will be taking the champion spot here for the FARLIGHT CUP Asia Week 1. And as we talk about the Ryzen Esports, they had a pretty interesting drop point earlier where they're dropped by the motel and have their players secure vehicles by the mansion, the abandoned buildings, and the commercial shops. But here this time, they're going to try to switch that up a little bit as they do find themselves. Never mind, they're looking to get the same setup here.
Yeah, why are you going to change it if it ain't broken, right? If you have a high level of sustainability and survivability on that specific part of the map, then do it again. Again, you have mentioned about being or having a deja vu. Although early on we were eyeing easy sweep Super MJ squad, but they weren't able to show up. But hold that thought, because you've mentioned about NOGL, and right now they are being beamed down.
Oh, the 9 Order finds themselves early 2 kills here up against 9 own goals. They still do have to worry about the 2 players remaining here for the for squad number 4. And well, it seems like they're gonna try to back away and not go for the early engagements, as they knew that the 9 Order got themselves off to a great early game. 4 of their players already having a level 2 armor, and they have the AK-77 and the Stellar Wind, and as well as the better guns at the moment.
Who's going to be having the more weight? Is it going to be the Order? Or those people who does have their own goals, right? Is it your goal
or your order?
Or the Order? So who's going to be our victorious one onto the Power 3 station? But rightfully so, I'm already being answered. We have 2 frags already coming from NF90 from the 9th Order. And they could actually wipe those squad down.
Yeah, but that will be another engagement at the moment. It will be happening here at the Power Tree Station, which is close by the Thoughts Hot Rod. You can see engagements coming through here now, as Fatal are going to be looking to scout around for some information. They connect with the EMP Shock. At the moment, they are heavily outnumbered, so I don't know what the push was looking like there for that player that pushed at this Thoughts building, because he was the only guy alive. He was trying to contest 4 players.
And the good thing, or the silver lining just now, is that they still have their respawners, right? They could go on this drop again, or knowing that this is the last map already, you could rotate, you could get another leveled up arsenal per se. Don't commit just yet. Just because he said it's kind of mutual is you're going to commit. You have to put the label first, okay? You have to go and make a stable or decent arsenal first before finally engaging in.
You have to define what it really is.
Yeah,
like,
you have to define.
Yeah, you have to communicate.
Yeah.
Are we going to go for the engage or are we not? Because we only have to do one thing at a time, right? But now, at
I can feel it, Kali. You really need to define everything.
Yeah. I agree. I cannot emphasize that more than enough.
But early on, this is almost the very hot place in the map, Todd's Hot Shot. So I don't like that to be the same cemetery that it has been earlier. So right now we're going to move on. But Sovereign, they are lurking too much onto this bat cave.
Yeah. And well, for this squad, I think they're done with the loot, right? Oh, hey, this area has been, scavenged already. They tried to move somewhere else where we could actually go for the loot. And interestingly enough, they were one of the teams that actually claimed the Thoughts Hot Rod shields already. So that means they don't have to settle for those rotations. They can either go at the hotel, or at the motel, or they can go at the Riverview Park. But that is still a very hard thing to do, knowing that they're kind of surrounded once they actually go in any of those spots.
That's why they have to choose their battles. They have to weigh the route that they're going to take. But speaking of which, when it comes to decision making, Ryzen Esports is very quick.
Yeah.
They have been through the motel. After that, they they are going to get the shields that is here on the Riverview Park. They are not going to lurk that long, because they already have a proper or decent arsenal per se. So they could exchange fires with the bees.
Mess with Bees have actually caught themselves into quite a bind here, but they managed to actually deal with some of the players. But easy, Super MJ will be shot down here. Mon Fushi, kind of in a top situation here right now, will be taken down by the AK-77 by the Galaxy Key. So now for easy, what is it gonna be? Are you looking to go for the contest here? Or are you going to try to back away? Looks like they're going to try to go for the contest. Hambles going to get Hamble down by Galaxy Kitas. The team up will be successful. Hamble shot down.
But Super MJ would try to contest again, dropping on that exact perfect spot, but would be able to do it. Oh,
no. Unfortunately, Super MJ had to go down like that, and the punch to end that man's life. Galaxy Kid, this guy is absolutely a beast.
He's been through a lot.
Yeah.
He's been through outer space. That's why he does have the skills. And again, these were our top 3 teams early on. We have the Ryzen Esports, Tyrant Dogs, and of course the Beast that we have witnessed early on. And again, the question is, would it still be a story for Ryzen Esports, or finally someone could change the path that they've been through? But Tyrant Dogs proving us that no, it's not just about the rise in esports, because right now, Beam, we are claiming things on our own way.
Yeah, very interesting top there, going up against Fanboys, the number 1 squad from the map number 1. DOS looking try to place 1v1, but the Cypher, Yeonwoo, is a lot better in terms of the accuracy and the movement, but has to back away. He's got himself recovered at 2v1. He escaped, but he's alive. 2 kills he has made here so far, but the Scan will get himself in trouble. But the team up here, the wombo combo, was actually there, but it was not enough as he gets dealt with here.
But the good thing is, the Stricto was able to get the revenge for Yunwoo there, and they could again drop on this specific place of the map, but Wanderer is just doing wonders, but not enough, because it's going to be a 2v1 situation wherein they have to let go. And the good thing is, I was about to say, Ghost will be revived there because of the smokes that they have, but nope, Tyrant Dogs, they would just chill. We need to get our revenge back.
But here's the thing, there's another squad looking to go for the fray. The third party here from Fatal. Butcher now, Butcher's is Stricto. They only have to do with one more player. They can go for the squad wipe. They have managed to take down 3 already. They just have to find Yeonwoo's hiding behind the trees. Looking for the scout around here is Butcher with the Sunil. Will have managed to use all of his utilities, but for easy sweep, still alive. But just like that, their player gets caught in the act of the Sunflower Shopping Mall, and that's another squad that will be swept here at this map.
Ooh, they have been swept. They have the easy on their name, but it was actually the other squad that's doing that for them. Sovereign, on the other hand, moving forward, they're still outside the zone. Pretty decent amount of frags, but for how long? Knowing that they are not in a good shape.
Yeah.
They have an escape vehicle though.
They gotta move in quickly, right? Because one, you do have limited amount of medkits here, so that means once that reaches 0, you have to actually go somewhere else to find those medkits or get some loots, right? But that's not gonna be easy, knowing that the circles at the edges of the circles are gonna be gate kept by enemies, and that's not gonna be peaceful for you.
And considering the damage that we can witness here on Kaja 2 Fast, it's totally too much.
Yeah.
They couldn't stay, or they couldn't afford to stay any longer because their supplies is already depleting. You have to go inside the zone, knowing that you have to cross the bridge as well on that down bottom onto that Sunflower Shopping Mall. On the other hand, Le Savage, our kind of promising squad onto our map number 1. Would they be able to revive? I mean, would they be able to bounce back, knowing that onto map number 2, they weren't able to be on top?
I think they are in a good position in here right now, Beam, knowing that they secured themselves a good position at the Riverview Park, where our circle will actually close in. But the thing with this is, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're going to be exposed out in the open. It will only take a Rocket Tarantula or a Blazing Infantry to hunt you down. So you got to play your cards right here, and you have to be swift if you're going to engage.
You have to find your battles. You have to find a perfect angle, knowing that they are exposed.
Yeah.
All of their backs, they are vulnerable to anyone, knowing that the Morphe shoe should also acknowledge his 6. And rightfully so, I've seen that last member of Fanboy that fell onto the zone. I mean,
Tupac.
Yeah, it's unhelpable.
Yeah, you can't really go back there and actually revive because you're going to get caught into a very tough
Another
position.
one though.
And well, I don't know how are they getting away with this. You got to be aware with your medkits, right? But well, here we do have some players actually going in for the rotation, right? And we do see Fatal having 7 kills already, but one of their players actually got taken down. But they do have 2 players with level 5 armor, so they will be hard to take down once they go in for some engagements.
It's an action movie that has the twist. That's why it's part of playing FARLIGHT 84. But currently they are having this car chase. They're looking for someone to kill, and finally to clean up. But 2 members of NOGL would fall, or own goal would fall, would die outside the zone.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate, right? That's why you do not want to challenge your inner self once you're outside of the same zone, because you're going to continuously get damage, and
You're
the
going to get
longer,
hurt.
yeah, the more the circle closes in, the more damage that you're gonna be taking. So, well, for them, unfortunate way to actually get eliminated here at this map number 3. Meanwhile, on the other edge, here at the bridge, we see a wild Kaja holding himself very dearly with a blazing infantry. Sting like a duck.
I was thinking if it's going to be a quote-unquote rat play, or because he does have that blazing infantry, is it going to be a little spicy?
Yeah, it's a spicy rat play.
But it's not the perfect time to be a rat, especially you are aiming for the
Number
points,
one, yeah.
for the number of frags. But maybe because he's the only one left for his squad, he's just aiming for the placement points.
Yeah, the placement points still can back you a lot of points, right? Because number 1 gets you 15, and it would just go less by 1 as you place, you know, like lesser than the number 1 spot. But so far, here at the game, we only have 7 teams remaining, still 24 survivors alive here at the competition. So there's still plenty of ways this could go down. But if you're a Savage X, you are in a great position to go and gatekeep Fatal X right now. You just have to make sure you watch your 6, because the moment that you try to focus on one player here or one squad, it could be the Ninth Order, or it could be that squad number 12 that's just lurking behind the cliffside.
We also have Sovereign here that
Oh
could
my
actually
God.
go for that potential kill versus Le Savage. And they are crawling. Well, actually, they're not crawling because they have vehicles. They are getting closer to where Le Savage is. Babe Cutie, I believe he was able to spot them already, but he hasn't given away his position yet. But the other members, I've seen one from the Fatal. There,
God.
we have Voss that is actually
Yeah.
making a decision. Are we going to join them now? Are we going to dive in the party head on? Or is it going to be Sovereign that is going to commit first?
Oh my God, they shot! That means their position has now been locked in here by Fatal, who's going to be on the cliffs. And that is also going to send an information to Sovereign. Oh, hey, there's a gunshot here by the gas station. There should be players here. We have to be aware of the situation that we are in. And we can just, you know, wait things out, wait for this team to actually create some error.
And they could actually wait for those other 2 squads
Yeah.
to crash first before third party or whenever they want to exchange fires with them. And rightfully so, they are just lurking, standing by on the edges of the circle and just waiting who is going to commit.
This ain't just a battle for kills. This is a battle for position. This will help you get closer to the number 1 spot. So if you're either Sovereign, Fatal, the Ninth Order, or the Savage, you have to take care of this Riverview Park situation. And it will matter who wins this gunfight, because they get to maintain all of the loots here, Beam.
Whew. The circle is totally small right now.
Yeah.
Considering that we still have 7 squads and 24 players left, so I am expecting more action. Especially squad number 12, Sovereign. They already knew the position of Le Savage, but they don't want to commit yet. On the other hand, Le Savage, they were able to make the vehicles explode, or yeah, especially that blazing infantry there.
Yeah.
They kept on firing. But the good thing here, Sovereign was able to hide their gunboats, their getaway cars. So they could still rotate. They could still go out for the possible clash that is going to be committed right here.
Oh.
But Elijah Javier, he got no chill. Hologram guide, everyone.
Here we go. They are going to be locked in
Baby.
for a gunfight. Babe Cutie now with the Hound fights one up against Irvin. He confirms the kill. Finds another with the absolute gravity. He's just lining them up one by one. The Savage are in here for a show.
They are just waiting. Who is going to commit? Who wants the Hound?
Oh my
you want
God.
It? Here you go.
They're just continuously going in for the bounce, but the third party from Fatal proves to be a fatal shot as they get killed here one by one. They still got one player alive, but Morphe, can he sustain the damage? But the dual combo here made by Fatal would remove another squad here at map number 3.
Early on, it was Todd's Hot Rod that has been our cemetery. Right now, it's the River View, wherein you can view a lot of loot boxes lurking onto the gas station. But Our squad right here, they were able to prove to us that patience is a virtue, my friend.
It's starting to look like the same exact thing. Only 4 kills here, not really flashy in terms of finding those early gunfights, but they have secured 4 level 5 armors, which will help them be extra strong in terms of getting those gunfights enabled. But for Fatal, they do have managed to clean up the Riverview Park here. They have 13 kills inside the game. They could also revive one of their teammates so that they can be 3 by the time this circle closes in.
And they're actually doing it right now. Early on, Fatal, Mugen, they don't have kills.
Yeah.
But right after, they have decided that, okay, they are done. Some people are just aiding up, putting some bandage onto the wound, and that was the perfect time to poke these wounds, strike it hard, and from then on, they were able to bag those 13 frags. But the next question is, would they be triumphant against our winner onto our map number 2, which is the Ryzen Esports?
Yeah, I mean, for Ryzen Esports, they do not have any power position here right now, but they do have the vehicles that gave them that information that there's a team that will be located at the Watchtower. So that's going to be the only building that will be there. But you're seeing the Wild Gacha once again.
It's not a building
He
anymore.
is camping, literally!
Literally camping! Where's your bonfire though? Gacha too fast. And he's not fast right now because he's just waiting, dilly-dallying. What's going to happen next?
There's a team right beside him, so he's actually in a bad position right now. But the Absolute Gravity and the EMP Shock contained there by Ryzen Gaming. They connected the shots. Now the Springboard will be activated. They're hopping in for the kills. They find one. Yuri will be shot down. Yula making the big plays at the best possible time.
But is he in a perfect position? Because I've seen one member of the own goal that is just lurking onto the other side of the corner. So he needs to put up those med kit as early as possible. But the good thing is, Kaiden and the other member was there. Gacha was just watching. Okay, you guys,
Burger discipline.
go! Have fun! Patience is a virtue, but for how long?
He's shot! That means he's exposed! He is dead!
Tactical
4
roll.
players behind, surrounded. You're gonna get sent to your creator. Just like that, Mess with Beast gets themselves with 9 kills. They are in a third-party situation. They are just keeping their distance.
They're just outside, onto the outskirts of the circumference of the circle. But again, our healing, outstanding survivor onto map number 2 with Jenny the God, utilizing the Jupiter together with the White Dwarf, but not yet committing they are still inside the safetyness of the walls that this entire building, that this specific building is giving unto them, but they have spotted down already the beast that is just onto the other edge.
Yeah, but the thing here with Ryzen, this is actually smart. They are holding the only cover inside of this open map. And while for Ryzen, Jenny the God will be shot down, but there's still 3 players alive in there right now that they can go for the shot down. Kaden, all up to their squad. Yulop now making the big plays in your dream, and Sayam actually shot down this guy. Will be the last man alive, and Vox there for the cleanup. Ryzen still the last team along with the other squad in Mugen. Well, they are actually down in their numbers.
It's a 3v3.
3v2 situation. It's a 3v3 situation in Yulop. Therefore, the clean Kaiden now for the backup.
2v3?
That Ember is actually gonna be in a bad spot in here, and that Absolute Gravity will pull these players alongside. They have to back away, and Kaiden there for the kill. What an amazing conversion. Ryzen Esports, I did not expect them to go back-to-back.
A 2-peat for our first week of the FARLIGHT Cup Asia PC division. Just when we thought Ryzen Esports were at a disadvantage, because that's actually a 4v3 coming up to 3v3 up to a 2v3, but Kaden says that, okay, BM, patience is a virtue, right?
Yeah.
So rightfully so, I'm going to clean everything with the Lucinda, with Absolute Gravity. I've seen the Vision Erosion getting cancelled by the EMP, but again, it's not a problem.
It is, and well, I have to actually talk about, you know, the way that the teams absolutely invest their efforts in timing that EMP Shock and that Absolute Gravity. And that combo actually proves to be very fatal. We saw that as Ryzen Esports was trying to take away the Watchtower up against the Ninth Order earlier, as they tried to battle for the last circle, right? They used those utilities to get that power position, and when that happened, they just had to wait for the other players that were at the ground floor to go duke it out.
It's a strong level of decision making And I feel like they have been playing for quite long, knowing that their team combination, the wombo combo of the skill and the communication is pretty evident. It is there already. So we have this promising teams that we kept on mentioning earlier. We have the Fanboy, Le Savage. I haven't witnessed much of a play coming from our Dish band for our map number 3, but Ryzen Esports staying up strong, having the 2-peat. Like, what was the recipe, right?
Well, for me, actually, for like the past 2 maps that they actually played, they always make sure that they played slow at the early game, right? Just much like SR Nakage, they always go and settle for a purple armor before they go in for the gunfights.
Whew. It's pretty big pill to swallow, but of course, we have our gorgeous panelists that will break everything and digest. Especially Osiris, who kept count on the kills on the frags. Because that's what he is an expert. He keeps on counting. Osiris together with Likeable and of course, Honey Glazy. We have a 2-beat, everyone.
Gorgeous.
Yes, thank you for calling us gorgeous,
Gorgeous.
But we're also gorgeous as well as Callie. Yeah, thank you so much to our casters. Here on the panel, we're going to be breaking down a lot of stuff once again.
Yep.
But I want to start things off with discussing who your top 3 is. After seeing the 3 maps that we played today, I want to know who is your top 3, ladies and gentlemen, or lady and gentleman.
Okay.
Well, I want to go first.
Go ahead.
Before Osiris.
Thus, I'm Callie now.
At least Bibimbap has also double E.
Close enough. There you go.
Yeah. I want to go start off with Ryzen. Yes, they are on the top spot, but then they are just really consistent on dropping on the same spot, but they have been really formidable knowing where to pick on their fights. And then I want to talk about Lethal as well. They're also so far from the zone, but they can make things work. But then last but not least, I think we have... I'm checking on my list. It's Tyrant Dogs. Since they have finally dropped in Carnivate.
Oh, the first one to drop at Carnivale, but I'll go with Dish Band.
Okay.
Dish Band, Le Savage, and then Fanboys.
Okay. I am a mix and match of your 3 selected teams to kind of highlight. I'm also for Dish Bands and Le Savage because I saw the kills from these guys. They're so consistent throughout all of the maps. But I'm gonna go with Ryzen, of course. These guys just won their games and they're so good at being consistent. And I love how HG actually mentioned how they're so confident, which we can see here at the map. They're so confident to kind of separate their ways and then regroup later on. But I think that they have their rotation calculated to a T.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to check everyone, as what also Honeyglaze told, that there are a lot of squads that a bit separated. Lethal, you have also Risen, you also have, well, way back from previous maps as well, wherein they're going to take the part behind the Taza Rod, but this time it's a bit empty, or is it just them having an early rotation? So I believe that this is probably a new meta wherein you separate yourselves from the pack.
Yeah, it's just going to give you a lot of loot and loadout, especially on the latter stages of the game, wherein you can just stay put if ever there's some kind of casualties already happening in between squads already near the place. So you can just go in and third party since you have enough loadout, you have enough guns and firepower to finish out everyone who is not expecting you to go in for the third party.
And I think that's also the thing that kind of puts Fanboys in a tough spot, as they are consistently dropping at Sunflower Shopping Mall, but you can see that 2 squad are in contention with them, and a possible rotation also with a single member coming in from Risen, who also dropped to the mansion, who's just securing another vehicle for them.
It's also very risky when you think about it. When you're sure that you can see when you're dropping down that somebody's trailing behind you. They're also trying to contest the spot that you're at. But of course, we know that the instant respawn is such a game changer for these early clashes. There's so much that can happen. You think that you have the man advantage because you took down 1, 2, 3 players, but in the end, they come back. And sometimes they come back and take over your squad. But let's talk about the star of the show today. Risen or Ryzen, however you guys want to pronounce it. We'll find out soon enough how the correct pronunciation for this team is. But oh my goodness, Osiris, these guys came back to back. And not only that, they are so consistent with their mechanics over here.
Yeah, and we are not seeing any nowhere from top 3 of the previous winner, which is Fanboys and other teams as well. But you can see that Risen is consistent in terms of even on kills. They were able to rack up as many kills, as many points, securing top 1. And you can see also the flawless absolute gravity that they kept on going at any team fight.
Well, I just gotta say, wherever the circle is, wherever their rotation may be, they just made it out flawlessly. They know what to do next on their rotations. They know that they are really confident taking on their fights, even though that they have already dropped in really separate positions. But then, it didn't matter.
You know what I noticed, though, is that as these maps progressed, or as our games progressed, this is game number 3, obviously, I can see that some of the teams are starting to get more confident in engaging in those gunfights. They're getting their kills in, which we didn't see in the first game that we saw in Sunset City. So I'm really glad that they're stepping it up, and there's just this level of comfort. Do you guys believe that first day jitters is real?
Yeah, I got jitters earlier, so.
That's fair. That's fair.
Living Proof is Hunting Glaze, and definitely the teams right now, as we are seeing also that Les Savage, even though they were able to rack up kills from map 1 to map 2, felt like they slowed down, sitting on a top 7 with how many kills already, and then same with Fanboys, and even Dish. All of them are sitting on the lower part of the echelon of the standings, and it feels like they are not in the mood to finish this strong.
We have so much of a problem for Lethal. Those they are on the bottom side or on the bottom part of our list, but yeah, they always drop on a safe space, but unfortunately there's no one to contest, there's no one to go in for the kills, no points given if ever you don't find anyone to kill.
So, does it mean that playing safe isn't really favorable for now, right? Because they kept on dropping at Sanctuary Tower. No resources, no contestation, but still ended up on the last place.
I mean, we can't forget that even in the ACC, we saw that dropping at Sanctuary Tower isn't
Just
exactly
so
the most optimal drop point in the map, because in order to get to the circle in the first place, you have to drop by or pass by so many squads. And that can either be a make or break for you. If you're very good with your mechanics, then good for you. You get more kill points. But if you're not as confident quite yet or not as coordinated with the rest of your team, then it can spell trouble for you guys. But here at the highlights, we do see that some of the teams are starting to get their coordination together, and they're starting to kind of analyze how the teams are approaching these gunfights.
Yeah, you can see a lot of, in terms of their lineup, team fight centric. Lucinda again and again. Cypher is there, and even Sunil. I mean, we are rotating only with 4 to 5 type of capsulers that we are seeing. So I think it says a lot how we give a huge emphasis on taking those fights easily.
You know, you may lose the fight close counters when you have the EMP shock, and then there's the incendiary bam, and then followed up with the shotguns by that Lucinda. It's just so annoying since there's a lot of AoE, and then there's also the follow-up or the buff given by Sunil, especially that you have the ultimate and the mobility to do so.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I love the utility shuffle that we're seeing. I love how they're able to just utilize their toolkits over here. But I would still love to see more variety. I want to see my likable duck-sideable. What was it called again?
Likeable.
Right. I want to see that. I mean, Duckside had a rework too. Show him some love, please.
And not even a sign of Watchman or Captain or any of the... Like, apart from the defenses, you can only expect Ember, and then that's it.
Yeah. What I can also see is that Darkseid can really be useful, especially on that kind of situation that everything is just close counters.
It really is close counters. And in the very end, Risen Esports or Ryzen Esports still stuck to what they knew, which is having all of that crowd control happening within their area. And of course, the buff from Sunil to really lock things down. I mean, the hologram guide, so good. When you know how to engage fights, you're just gonna pop that up. put the springboard down and make sure that you kind of cover all of your bases, all of the corners, and just surround your enemies.
Yeah, the thing is about the hologram guide is you can use it as an initiation without
Exactly.
any, like, it's a low risk for the reason that all of the ultimates from other members, you need the prior information. But if you have an hologram guide, it gives you movement speed, it gives you damage. So despite of them not having enemies, or if someone surprises you, you're still getting the upper hand.
Yeah, especially on close counters. We've been talking and talking about it, but then it's just really working favorable of them since they have the utilities and skill sets to do so.
You know what I want to ask you guys though, because this is the first day of our Farlight Cup again. So we kind of established what are like the meta that some of the players or some of the squads are trying to establish over here. But do you think that there will be changes in the weeks to come? Do you think we'll see more scouts, more snipers, other heroes perhaps? What do you think is going to happen next week?
Yeah, I think so. It may be really do change on the following week. I mean, really seeing Lucinda and Cypher inseparable in our full 3 games. But yeah, I'm hoping more on the Maggie this time since again they have the mobility. We've been talking about mobility a lot since we have Sunil, we have the springboard up and coming. So why not use Young and then Maggie? So cover up a lot of damage and cover up a lot of space immediately with their mobility.
Yeah, it's fairly different that we saw less of a Maggie, no Phantom, no Young. So I think we are still in development of how the meta will be progressing all throughout this month.
Don't worry, if we don't have Young or no Maggie, not enough Maggies at least.
Yeah?
Don't worry, guys, because we do have giveaways.
Yay! The consistency.
See, look at the energy just uplift instantly when we hear the word giveaway. Let's take a look at our viewer milestone rewards, or as Osiris would like to call it,
The likable, unlockable.
hey! Look at that!
Skin.
No, not yet. We're at the bar 95. We're too advanced.
Not
I
yet.
know you were hoping. Wait. Did you change your hairstyle?
Yeah, I did. It did not close on to the Sienna skin.
I feel like if you didn't change your hairstyle, we could have been a little bit closer.
Close.
But yeah, you guys are super awesome. We reached 5,000 viewers on our day 1 of Farlight Cup. Our viewers are insane.
Yeah.
They're too good.
They are.
Yeah. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna show the code? Oh wow.
Oh.
I'll do it.
It's like a stern.
I got it. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. The code is here. Woo! And it's
Ultra. Ultra.
That was so fast. Ultra Instinct.
Ultra Instinct. I thought it's plus Ultra.
That was so fast. So yeah, if you guys got that, only the top or the first 5 rather claimers can get that pretty bar 95 skin. So let's see. If you see someone in your lobby that's using that skin, would you run away? I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm scared of snipers. I told this earlier before the first game happened. It's combined usually with a Phantom.
Exactly.
Yeah. We may not have much of a Phantom, but definitely Bar should be out there within this month. I'm still waiting.
Do you think that we're gonna see more scouts next week? Like based on what we saw in today's performances, should we have more scouts next week?
I wanted to go for more scout with a Cypher and Phantom, especially that we are seeing a lot of defenders, but no one has really been amplifying the possibilities of having a Phantom and Sunil buff and then pop heads for more solid damage. Remember that having a purple or a golden magazine can definitely take down someone with one hit of a bar 95. So that's something that we want.
Don't remind me.
Flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's something that we can look forward to.
Oh, okay. I'm really looking forward to that too. You know, I'm looking at you right now, and you kind of remind me of Young. Maybe if you put your hair up a little bit. No, because I think it's the blazer that's giving the Young energy. Yeah, right. You can see it too. Yeah, maybe your hair up a little bit, then we'll have
jetpack, a huge jetpack.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you kind of use your ultimate over here, we'll get scanned. All right, folks. But that is it for today's panel segment, and of course for today's day number 1 of Farlight Cup. It has been an eventful day, to say the least, and we had so much fun in our panel host. And of course, the casters had so much fun again. So we hope to see you guys next time over here at Farlight Cup. Once again, it has been likable.
Honey Glaze to the double E.
And Osiris.
Yeah, and we will will see you guys again next week for more Farlight Cup action. This has been us again. And thank you guys so much for sharing the stream, inviting your friends, and of course for supporting Farlight 84 and all of the action that we guys have to offer to you guys. This has been us. Good night and thank you.